Hey guys, how are you? Hope you're all well. Today I'm going to do a video on my worm farm, or my worm cafe, call it what you like. It's from, I got this from Bunnings. I've had this guy, 2 years at least, maybe a bit more. Okay, I'll give you a closer look at it, what it is. So this is my worm cafe. You can start out at Bunnings by buying one of these. You get it's a little package you put in the water and it swells up. The worms bedding, and you buy some worms. Bunnings sell worms. I think it costs you about $50 to buy a so-called 1,000 worms. Okay, how it works. Each one of these tiers has holes in the bottom. That's got heaps of holes in it. So each one has holes in the bottom. Okay. The next one down has holes in the bottom, and this one here has holes in the bottom, except for the bottom one. This one just has a tap. So all you put water in the top here, and it eventually just drains down and comes out and drops into the bucket. I leave this tap on all the time. Okay. Your worms are in here. You feed them up here, and basically they crawl up, eat their food, and they all sleep down here, whatever they do. All I use on the top, guys, is newspaper. If you can buy fancy mats, guys, don't bother, just use newspaper. Newspaper or cardboard, I find, is plenty. Today's a hot day. I've got a few ice cubes in here. So if the worms feel hot, they can sort of crawl up this side of the... So I generally throw my ice cubes in one end, and that way the worms, if they need to, if it's too hot, they can go this end. If it's too cold, they can come over this end. They can go to where the temperature's comfortable. So I don't know that, but anyway, here we go. And there's all my worms. Pretty much worms, guys, they will, right conditions, they will double themselves every 3 months in their population. When it's hot, or when we feel hot, they feel hot. When we feel cold, they feel cold. They love bananas, they love grapes, they love strawberries, any off fruit you got, throw in. They love mashed veggies. Whenever we do mashed veggies, we don't put milk in, we just mash the veggies up. Whatever's left comes out and comes into the worms. I don't think there's any left because they've eaten the majority of it. There's a bit of, I don't know what that is, sweet potato, whatever it is, pumpkin. You don't overfeed them, or they start to smell. Don't put meat in there, don't put dairy in there. No citrus, no onions, no oranges, no limes, no lemons, and no pineapple. They love pineapple, but Dr. Google says no pineapple, so don't give them pineapple. I did once. They went to town on it, but apparently it's bad for them. When you set it up, make sure it's out of direct sunlight. Make sure it's in the shade. Make sure the sun doesn't get on this because it will heat up very hot. If your worms are trying to run away, guys, they're not happy. When they're happy, they will not run. They will stay. If they're happy, they won't go anywhere. Pretty much. Then when you clean out the bottom, you take your tiers off. As you can see down there, there's worms down there, the bedding. So I throw that in the garden. I'll get a few worms out of there, toss it in the garden, and then these tiers, so this one here will be empty. So basically that one will come up and go into the top, and I'll start feeding from the top again. And then as these go down, as they build up with dirt, you go put them in the garden, and that's how you do it. Into gardening, guys, they're the thing for you, the worms. They're great for your garden, but I don't have a green thumb. All I do to my garden, I throw the worm pea on the garden, like I'll chuck it on the plants, and sometimes, guys, your plants thrive. But yeah, if you've got a green thumb, guys, the worms are for you. It's something you should look into if you're doing that. So the worm castings are great for your garden. When you clean your worm box out, chuck them in your garden, and yeah, they're great. So yeah, definitely for you if you're into your gardens, for sure. Over 2 years, I reckon I've sold maybe over 2 kilos of worms. It's good beer money, it really is. And they do, if you've got more of these, if you want to breed these in a big way, you're going to need more of these. You get more farms. I want a bit of bait for fishing. If I want to go fishing, I just come out, get a few worms and go fishing. And when I get too many, I just sell some off. These will breed, it's like a fish. You have a fish in a tank. You have a small tank, your fish will grow to a certain size. It's like worms. You have a certain area, but they will only breed so many per the area. So if you want more breeding, you'll need more of these worm cafes. That's why I get so many, and I'll get rid of some because that allows them to breed more. Just keep that in mind. Anyway, that's what I was told, and I'm just passing that on. It's not a bad little hobby. It's just, it costs nothing. It's free. You can buy all this stuff, soil conditioner. You don't need that sort of stuff, guys. I'm just drying out some eggshells now. When these are dried out, I put these in a blender, grind it down to a fine powder. Okay, so it's like a very fine powder, and then occasionally get some of that, the eggshells, come in here and sprinkle it in here. Apparently it cleans them out. Apparently they eat it, it cleans them out. I don't know, but apparently it's good for them. If you've got a coffee machine, you get the coffee grindings, throw them in, they love it. Tea bags, they love the tea bags. Just cardboard, you can throw cardboard in, you can throw newspaper in. But as I said, special mats, you don't need them, guys. I just use newspaper. When the newspaper rots out, I just use the free newspapers they throw in our mailbox. I just chuck it in there, and that's it. And on a really hot day, I'll put a big block of ice in, like I said, up one end, close the lid, and they're happy. They're not going anywhere. But yeah. Anyway, guys, if you're going to get into worm farming, it's very simple. It really is. Just keep it damp. Don't make sure it's well drained. Don't keep it too wet. They just like it so it's damp. So I find just the ice cubes do the job. I throw the ice cubes in, and they're quite content. I hope this video's helped you in case you want to start a worm farm. I'm not anyway a professional, still not after 2 years. Like, you learn a bit from them. It doesn't cost nothing. Give them a feed once a week. Hot days, throw a bit of ice cube in for them, and just make sure it's kept moist. That's all you got to worry about, guys, pretty much. And yeah. And like I said, just keep them out of the direct sunlight. Just make sure it's shaded all the time. So pretty much over there, it's always shaded. It's never direct sunlight here. It's always shaded over. Okay, guys, I totally recommend in buying this worm cafe from Bunnings. Okay, to start out for around 85 bucks. As for the worms, when you purchase the worms, if I have my time again, I would purchase the worms from Gumtree. Just find somebody that breeds worms. You can purchase around 200 grams for approximately $50. You're going to get a lot more worms than what you get from Bunnings, guys. So for about $135, guys, that'll be your outlay for your worms. And then you're looking around after 12 months, you can start selling your worms off, guys. And that's why I sell them for around $50 for 200 grams. Hope this helped you out. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Hope it's helped you. Any questions, just ask me. Hey, I'm happy to answer. I don't know everything about them still, but hey, I'm still learning. After 2 years, I'm still learning about me worms. Anyway, alright guys, thanks. Bye.